and becoming a team player as much as possible. And so what I wanted to do today is just kind of walk through a brief presentation and really kind of talk about three major components. So what I'd like to do is kind of first talk a little bit about NIFWF and kind of who we are so that you get a sense of us as an organization. And then I'll take a quick break, and if you have any questions just kind of about NIFWF in general, go ahead and I'll be happy to answer some of those at that time. Then I'd like to talk a little bit about kind of how we manage our programs, how we develop programs, so you get a sense of the type of programs that we operate. And then finally, want to talk just a little bit more about our specific work in Alaska, and particularly the work that we're doing in the Arctic. So, feel free at any point during those three segments to bring up any questions, and then I'm also happy to answer questions at the end or after the event. Just for those of you who are not familiar with us, we're kind of a unique organization in that we're this quasi-governmental NGO. So we were created by Congress back in 1984, and we were established during a very similar time. It was when funding for conservation was being cut. And it was actually a group of Republican senators who got together and said, we're hearing a lot of negative comments from our constituents. We need to do something to help bring additional resources to conservation. And so they established the foundation to work primarily at that time with the Fish and Wildlife Service to help develop public-private partnerships to bring new money into conservation. And then since that time, we've also become the official foundation for NOAA. And we have both the Fish and Wildlife Service Director and the NOAA Administrator on our board. The other 28 individuals are all kind of high wealth individuals, most of them in the finance sector. And what's really interesting about that is they come about conservation differently than most of us who are in the conservation field. They actually come at it really looking at that rate of return, which is how they live their daily lives. And so they've always challenged our scientists to really look at that conservation rate of return and to be able to walk away from and dump the losers where we're not